if there's any advice that I can give to any 16-year-old, go to any villa around your own neighborhood, knock on the door, and just ask
shit in front of the door.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Be Free podcast, where we get people that are free so that you can be free. And today we're being free with friends. And today's friend is Kevin Godowski. Kevin Godowski is a German, Polish... Oh gosh, I already wanted to make a horrible joke. I should not. I'm glad. Sorry, we just came from a different podcast with Sid. It's probably already online. You can check it on this channel, which was a very interesting conversation. Hopefully, we are not getting canceled. But Kevin is a very good friend of mine. I've met him over 8 weeks ago. I feel like somewhere here in Bali. 2 weeks later, we moved in as friends, and we've been living with each other for 6 weeks, playing chess, talking shit.
It's an incredible bromance.
It's an incredible
really enjoy
bromance.
it, like in the Hollywood movie.
For real, and like we're literally this fucking close on scoring our own debut with our own movies and actors. We're already looking for funds. On a serious note, you're like I don't even know, but like long story short, that I tell all the girls that I meet because I'm his best wingman. He is a hypnotherapist that really gets everything into everybody's mind, clears out traumas. We will probably not talk a singular word about what he does, but just in case we do, you already know what he does. We're probably going to deviate and talk about life as much as we can. We're just going to talk some shit, say some ass words, some racial slurs, and then we call it a day.
That's a great plan.
Yeah.
The first thing I want to do is I want to say hello in manner. Beautiful insider. 47 Ronin. We just watched the movie yesterday. It was a great movie, and happy to be here. Happy to have a fun conversation. I just listened to the podcast with Said, which was wild, all over the place.
It's all over, man.
It was nuts.
You fucking
fucking nuts. Are we allowed to do the F thing?
The F, bro. You can say as much fuck as you want.
Do we beep it?
No.
Oh, cool.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Fuck. You're not. Yeah. This is your second podcast, right?
I had an own podcast. I had an own podcast in Germany. We had like 40 episodes, a few thousand listeners. But it was in German, so like these are my first English podcasts. Like I think my third one right now.
Okay, so you're not a virgin anymore in this end.
No.
Okay.
I'm
so
worn out.
let's talk about that, bro. When did you lose your virginity?
With 15.
Wait, actually.
Yes.
How did that happen?
Yeah, like you know the story with the bees and the flowers?
No, I mean not literally. How did you fucking undo your pants and start beating the shit out of your meat? But what? 15.
Yes.
I mean, to be fair though,
you weren't ready for the answer, right?
No, bro, you're a tank though. Like you probably were looking.
Yeah, I wasn't a tank.
Dude, you were like, what is it? Were you already a professional football player?
With 15.
I don't know.
I was a kid.
Oh, you were a kid when you were 15. Like,
yeah, a little horny kid.
How old was the girl?
15.
Okay. So still okay.
Yeah.
I would have expected you to be the type of guy to like have sex with like a 40-year-old woman when you're 15 or something.
No.
Like I was expecting like a degenerate story like that, but unfortunate. Okay.
No.
I'm sorry if I.
How about you?
I was a very insecure little boy, and
Same.
So I didn't even kiss my first girl until I was 18, man. And also the same year I had sex. Yeah, it was a very very interesting thing, especially back in the day. You like never got the right validation from your parents. Never really knew how to properly talk to women, especially like as a kid. I didn't even know how to talk to other people. So women are a mystery. Yeah. But yeah, man, 18. I'm not really sure. Like, if I would have the knowledge that I have now, I probably would not even have been. I would not even have lost my virginity at 18. Like, looking back at it, it's not something that I was really like happy or proud about, but more of so like, oh great, I've had sex. You know what I mean? What about you? Like, if you look back at it, was it worth it?
Sure. It was fun. It was a great time. I was a young boy, experiencing this field of relationships, and I think it's a special time for everyone. So I really enjoyed it.
Very politically right answer.
Yes, of course.
You were 15. You're grown up. You're grown up in Germany, right?
Yes. Kind of in Germany, not really.
What do you mean?
In Bochum-Wattenscheid.
What does that mean?
Yeah, that means
Bless you, by the way.
in a little beautiful shithole in Germany.
I see.
Which was very multicultural. So I had a lot of like I at the age of 10 years, I was understanding Turkish because my best friends were from Turkey. So I was always listening when they got beaten up by their moms, and then I knew what it means. Like shut up, close the door, and
What's close the door in Turkish? Do you still remember?
Kapı kapı.
No, you actually know.
Yes, I still know some things. And when people talk Turkish, I kind of still understand it, but yeah, I had a lot of friends from all over the world.
So because of that, you also hate the Kurdish people, right?
No, I don't. That's why I'm sitting here with one. I didn't ever understand. It was like only this thing, and I was like, oh, I don't really care. I have.
What is this? A bird?
No, this like the PKK thing.
I don't even know this.
Yeah,
right?
you see.
Yeah, okay.
You see, that's how well I'm integrated into all those multicultural layers.
You're better integrated than me, but
yeah,
like
probably.
Originally, you're Polish, right? Or like
yeah, my parents are from Poland, and then flew to Germany in the 90s, 70s, 80s, I think. And I was raised in Germany.
Right after the golden period.
Yeah, kind of.
Oh,
kind of.
I cannot say that.
Their golden period. All right. Here we go again.
That was a joke, please. Gosh.
Cut it out.
No, don't cut it out. Keep it in. It's hilarious, but as long as people understand it was a joke.
Yeah, I think everybody who knows you knows it's a joke.
Yeah.
And there's no possibility to have a conversation with you without jokes like that. So it's just authentic.
Yeah, I mean that's what you want, right?
Yeah.
That's what you want. Oh man.
And if you feel insulted, if you feel triggered, and it's for longer than 15 seconds, it has to do something with you.
Bro, do you know why it has something to do with them? They're still watching. Like, what are you doing? Shut the podcast off. Go watch something else. I mean, there might
Don't.
There might probably be a very good podcast. That's actually I might go too far here. Yeah, no, you know what? Never mind. Oh man, business is going well, eh?
Business is going well, yeah. It was a lot of transitioning since I left Germany in 2021 and came to Bali in 2022. And right now I'm starting to transition into English. So that's, in my head at least, kind of a big step. But I think like when I'll actually do it, like all the podcasts, all the content in English.
Sure.
My English is pretty well. It's okay.
It's good.
Pretty good.
No, it's
well.
good. It's good. It's good. It's better than most people.
So that's a
fluent.
transitioning phase, which I really, enjoy going through right now. And other than that, it's going great. Just had a mastermind here in Bali. Next one in Cape Town. Oh, actually, in 2 weeks is the next mastermind here.
Congrats.
And
can I give you a compliment? Like,
Huh?
like I don't understand a single word of German. Well, actually, that's a lie. I understand like 5 words in German, but
yeah.
yeah. Okay, sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
That was a good one.
Yeah, that was hilarious.
That wasn't real.
Yeah, that was like I actually hurt my face with that. But I wanted to give you a compliment because, dude, I see how you do that stuff like that. I've seen like the clips from the after movies, bro. You're making grown ass men cry. That is so fucking crazy. That is so fucking crazy. Like, dude, you're making not one, not two, but like 47 men fucking cry, and not because they have to kill themselves out of honor, but because like the Ronin, right? But why? Like, why do you? I'm actually curious about this. Why do you make a group of like 10 men cry on a mastermind? What's going on with that?
Because I'm a bad person, I guess.
You're just hitting with.
No, I think there's different ways of crying. Like you can cry because you get triggered like crazy,
Yeah, sure.
and this is actually a tool. Like there was a guy Ferrelli, and he used provocation as a tool until people open up. Because
Sorry, what do you mean provocation as a tool?
yeah,
Like,
provocation as a coaching modality.
as in being provocative.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
like making jokes like I do is
No.
Okay, so-
Like someone is sitting there, and you know they want to work on something. They want to work on anger. They want to work on sadness or whatever.
Yeah, sure.
Grief, but they kind of stuck within their mind.
Yes.
It's beyond brick walls, right? So
Yes.
then you can just use that, which can be really kind of hurtful. But then it kind of opens up. So that's one way to do it. What I usually don't do.
How does that work? So how do you like be very provocative? Like, you had a fucked up childhood, didn't you? And then you start crying, or like.
Yeah, I mean that's a little very unspecific.
Yeah,
but basically
I know.
it can go into a direction like that, and you wouldn't be like cursing a lot, but you would push your finger into the wound, right? and very specifically in front of a group of people or one-on-one. That's a possibility.
So what would be like a sentence that would make somebody cry like that?
I think it's not a sentence, and it can be every sentence. I mean, you can ask like, "Why didn't your father love you?" Right, and this could also
something like that. Okay,
yeah,
and that's a provocative way of that you mean.
No, because like when people don't want to change, sometimes they're holding a grief, holding a grudge. They're like stubborn, right? And then so, for example, someone wants to lose weight, right? Yeah, sure. And they still eat French fries every day, right? So and then you can do a lot of different coaching things, NLP, EDMR. There are tons of modalities, but sometimes it can be useful to be provocative, to use this form, right? So example saying, yeah, you could of course stop eating French fries, but you won't, because other people will just enjoy their life and you'll be just fat and unhealthy and look every day in the mirror and just feel sadness, anger, frustration, right? You just exaggerate it, right? And there are direct angles, indirect angles. You can be very mean. But of course, this is all in a safe setting, coaching setting, which people know you want the best for them. But this is a position where people get really uncomfortable. And when people get really uncomfortable,
they start crying.
Things open up, things loosen up. The mind is like, oh, what am I going to do say now? Or what do you feel? And then you basically go into an intervention where you work with the emotions. It's not your goal to make them cry and you're like, haha, I made it. Yeah, but that's not what happened on the mastermind. And this is the second way of kind of crying. It's crying because you're so deeply touched.
So it's like a happiness cry.
Yeah, like a happiness cry. And that was beautiful because it was the last day. We had a closing kirtan. Like it's like when you sing mantras.
Oh, yeah.
Like 6 grown men singing mantras, which is not that usual in Germany, right? Like, what the hell? And it was so beautiful. It was so heartwarming that, yeah, we just sat there, sang together, this group of brothers, and just crying tears of joy, tears of gratitude. And that was very, very special. And that was, I think, one of the most beautiful moments I had in my life.
Wow.
Yes. I was crying like it was pouring out my eyes. It was incredible just to see the change in people and then see how it makes me feel too.
All right.
Like because I'm not the guy changing people. I'm just creating the space, right? For people to
crying
change.
Like a seal to really like seal away the mastermind that it really worked. All of the changes did happen, and like letting go of all of that emotion just really sealed it away to really be engraved for how big the changes were.
I mean, it can be a seal. It can be a
did it feel like that though?
Yeah, it felt like that. It was like an absolute bonus. Out of nowhere. No one expected that. We had a great ending, and I said, hey, I have a surprise. Before that, people got some pictures and all that stuff after Mastermind to always be able to remember that, to have this picture at home somewhere. And I said, hey, I have a surprise. Diana's coming. She's going to sing Kirtan with us. And I was like, well, okay. And we sat down, and it was the best surprise ever.
Absolutely beautiful. Yeah. And now it's still sealed in your heart because of that. So that one moment really made a huge shift of how the mastermind is remembered too, because it
100%. 100%. We had a lot of beautiful moments. I mean, everything is set up for people, for business owners to have a great time.
Sure, 100%.
Exceptionally great time, right? Yeah. Like cool villas, cool locations, everything, right? But this is just another level, and it was so touching because we didn't need. I mean, we were in a big villa, but it wasn't about the villa. It wasn't about anything but sitting together, feeling connected, and expressing some singing together, which is so simple, which you can basically do everywhere, right? And just seeing 6 men like express themselves, sing, surrender, because singing, I can't sing. It's a lot of shame, and it's very loaded. But that was a beautiful ending, and I couldn't imagine a better ending for a mastermind like that.
That's crazy, man. Yeah. It's crazy what kind of impact you can make also on people, right?
Yes.
Like that just shows like you're a very powerful soul. That's also like we had this conversation a few days ago, like, yo man, usually I don't really can live with somebody for this long because it usually annoys me. But that's what I mean, like I feel like both are souls because we both have this type of energy around us that it just connects and intertwines. Oh, geez. I would say that we both have a very powerful soul, and we both really intertwine with each other in that sense, that it's effortless and seamless. Like we push each other. It's like stupid things, bro. Like playing pool or playing chess. Or
the Karakan.
Even D4 opening. But or even watching a movie, the jokes we make. Like every single thing is just pushing each other, helping each other, like combining with each other. It's so great. And like you wouldn't think that what kind of friendship you can form in just a couple of weeks, but like
incredible,
right?
Incredible. It feels like we know each other for years or lifetimes, but we just met like 7 weeks ago.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Which is completely crazy.
It's fucking crazy.
So yeah, really enjoying the time we spent so far, and especially everything I learned from you too. Like your way of I mean, this could get really cheesy, and this could be like a long conversation, but just the way you are, the way you communicate, the way you articulate, the way you think, the way you just, you're just you, like having fun, being silly, all those things which like are usually a little foreign to a like stubborn German mind, right? So I'm usually a lot more stoic, like calm, settled, which I appreciate, which I love, and which is just the authentic way of being me. But adding to that, those qualities, those layers, it's just fun. It's like we're having fun every day.
You're talking about
right?
the memes and just saying literally,
yeah.
Literally every. This is how I wake up in the morning. He's not saying, "Yo, Ray, are you up?" He's like at my window, "Shoo," and then if he hears "Shoo," we're both like "Shoo." I come out, "Shoo."
Oh my god,
bro, it's so fucking hilarious.
And then the bear's like, all right, we gotta work like 9 to 12 deep word block, and the first thing I hear when I open up my laptop and he's sitting there with his iced latte every day, like 5 of them, and I'll just join and be like jittery and anxious at some point at 3 o'clock, not knowing if I'm tired or not. And then the first thing I hear is like just when you play a chess.com and you hear the knock of the pawn moving, like. I'm like, what are you doing? I thought you want to work. Yeah, it's just one game. It's just a blitz game, like a small Karakan. And oh my god, that's so funny.
It's so cool. Like chess is one of those things, and it's interesting. I wasn't expecting to even talk about chess in this podcast, but chess is one of those things that is so good for your mind, right? Yes. It just helps you seeing so much patterns. It's something that just reflects in everything that you do. And the reason I started it is just to also learn a bit more horizontally instead of like vertically. Only the one thing, and just looking at my analytics or looking at the variables in the marketing. Blah, blah, blah. Chess is just so chill. We're doing a little bit of puzzles. We're saying
chess is chill. Oh my god, chess is war. You're like, oh no. Like what did I say?
You hung the rook.
The song "Hang the Queen."
You sack the queen, hang the queen.
Yeah.
I don't remember. But like
damn.
whatever. Like yeah. We're going too much in chess lingo now. I don't think anyone understands. It depends on how much people actually play chess. But bro, the most interesting thing is
kudos to Gotham Chess, by the way.
Gotham
Everybody
chess
who want to learn chess, watch
Gotham Chess.
YouTube Gotham Chess. It will be fun.
Bro, it's so funny. It's so funny how even though like we as people, we might feel as a soul, like our energy just connect. We don't even have that much things that immediately are, oh, you do this, oh, I do this, or you do this, or I do this. But we created it. For instance, we created that chess is a thing that we both do. I don't know, we've never even watched a singular football game together. But the one thing that we're doing is the whole time. Like, I don't even know if do you even watch football? Fuck's sake. I don't know.
Not really.
I fucking love football. You see what I mean? And there's like so much things that just become, just to show you that all of that stuff that you need things that are the same thing to like each other is bullshit. We are two completely different people, but we just appreciate each other's presence.
Yeah, and sharing the same values, right?
Yeah,
that's I think that's a very important part when it comes to friendship.
Yeah, because
it's the base.
Jews and so
do I, it should be inspiring for everybody listening.
He's German. It was a funny joke. Oh my god, I really should stop making these jokes.
Yeah. Anyways, what I said is like it should be inspiring for everybody listening right now to really get to know new people.
100%.
Right? You because sometimes we're holding on to friends like for our dear life. Like it's like this is my friend. He was my friend forever. It can be, as long as it's functional. It's a healthy friendship, healthy relationship. And a lot of people are afraid of moving into different cities, into different countries, traveling more because they are so attached to these old social circles. And this should be just a like.
Can I add something to that?
Wait, this should be just a kind of walking proof for people. All right, the most funny and most insane friendship could be around the corner, right? And it can come out of nowhere.
The thing is, the reason why this friendship works is because we're both very, very self-aware. So we both understand our own values. We both understand what is important in having someone around you. We're both like in the same type of business. We both coach people. We both have a dumb sense of humor, right? And we know when to be serious and when to take life serious and when to completely do the other thing around. But most people, they don't have their values straight. So it's hard for them to find someone that you know could actually match those things if you're not aware of those things.
So funny.
What?
You're talking and the only thing I have in my mind is sir. Yeah, it went out of, it was like a little too much, but you're leaving tomorrow, so we'll calm down.
Yeah, no, probably will not.
Yeah, but I agree on that. Values, having your values straight, being aware of your values, being self-aware, knowing who you are, why you are the way you are. And yeah, that's pretty
all the messy
important.
fence right now.
I mean, otherwise you'll just, you'll just function. You'll just run those automatic programs, right? But I think everybody listening to this podcast is kind of self-aware, interested in growing themselves, right?
Yeah.
And I think that's the most important step. And then just commit to that, right? To always be curious, ask questions, and not being too satisfied with the status quo, right?
100%.
Like acknowledging it and being grateful for everything that is, but still not, like just staying there.
The one thing that you just said that really hit home is the fact that traveling is helping out. Man, the reason why I'm standing at the point that I am now today is because I started traveling. I remember speaking to one of the most successful people that were there in Holland. He has like 433, the channel, 433, the Instagram channel that just posts about football. Demi de Zeeuw. And he's an ex-Dutch footballer. He owns the brand Baller. You know Baller? Oh, there you go. There you go. Like, I was fortunate enough to have a conversation with him, and I was like, man, this is so interesting. But what is your secret? He's like, traveling. What do you mean? I go to Ibiza, I go to Dubai, I go to all these different places, and I always sit in the hotel lobbies of my hotel. All right, cool. So what? Just having conversations with the people, and he just loves having conversations with people, and he just meets the most interesting people ever. And he gave me one piece of advice that changed my life.
Tell us, what was the piece of advice?
Don't go to the cheapest hotel in the most expensive room. Go to the most expensive hotel in the cheapest room.
Yeah, makes sense.
Because the people that you meet are going to be for a better quality in that expensive hotel compared to the cheapest one.
Sure.
And so I did. All my money that I could find, went to Dubai, fucking ass expensive hotel, got the cheapest room there. And whoa, the type of people I met, how that changed my life from just one conversation. And I started realizing that traveling, bro, we're fucking Bali, Like I would have never met you when we were in Bali if I wasn't here in Bali.
Imagine a life like that.
All right. Never
without meeting me.
You. Oh, wow. Man, that's
that must be a sad life.
It's just a bit less racism, but other than that, then it should be fine. I really should should say it's a joke, right? I know he has blue eyes and blonde hair, but he's not that racist, okay? We're not cutting that shit out, brother. No. We're keeping that in. Gosh, it's just.
I think in the last 30 minutes of our conversation, there was not a single racist word out of my mouth, and you're like dropping the bombs. But yeah, let's keep it like that.
I mean, you're Polish. Auschwitz is in Poland.
What is it? Oh my god! Yeah, right. So yeah.
Oh man, I really should stop. It's just too easy to make these jokes, man.
Yeah. So what happened in those hotels?
Back in the day, or how? Like, what kind of people I met, or what do you mean?
Yeah, maybe like the first time you have actually followed this advice, because now somebody's listening to this podcast and they're like, "All right, let's take $600 and sleep in
So
there.
The thing is, when you go to a specific place without having the right questions to even ask, you won't find the answers, right? Like, you will never find the answers if you're not aware enough of the questions that you need to know. So when I went to Dubai, there was just one thing. First of all, I need to escape this COVID bullshit because, well, back in the day, there was a lot of COVID. And B, man, I want to just grow and just maybe go international. Just, I need a higher level of people around me. That was my way of thinking, because I was just being capped on the whole Dutch industry. Everybody in Holland had their way of thinking, their way of doing. And
Lekker.
Excuse me?
Lekker.
Oh, lekker. Yeah, sure. Going to those hotels and meeting all of these international people that were millionaires.
A few moments later.
It was just different. Bro, I maybe spoke to 2 millionaires. Maybe 1 multi-millionaire. And now the level of difference and level of thinking, the level of doing, the level was so different. Like, the whole energy is so different that just the conversations having, just simply how people articulate the words or what they choose to say in specific areas of their life, completely changed my perspective on how to think. How they would react on simply a bill being shown or whatever it is, right? Small little things that I noticed. I'm like, whoa, that is so interesting. And I started adapting some of those things and some of those ways of thinking and just being fun, right? That changed me. And if there's any advice that I can give to any 16-year-old, if you want, you dickhead. If there's any advice I can give.
I've been talking for 5 minutes now.
I'll just wait myself too. If there's any advice,
16 years old, yeah.
Yeah. Is there any advice that I can give to any 16-year-old? Go to any villa around your own neighborhood, knock on the doors, and just ask.
Shit in front of the door.
Just
Sorry, no.
shit on the bed.
No, I don't want to bump your story.
No, you already did. It's fine. So this could be hilarious short, by the way. That's good. It's good. I love it. So go in front of the door, shit in front of the dirty carpet, and then look on it and just tell them Amber Heard sent you.
Yeah,
no,
drink a mega pint.
we literally together saw that Amber Heard and Johnny Depp story. It was fucking hilarious. But yeah, but seriously, you're a 16-year-old. Go knock on the door, ask if you can do anything, and ask for their advice. Like, honestly, bro, if you were a 16-year-old and you would have been told this advice, who knows how much it would have changed you?
I agree.
Thank you.
100%. I mean, this needs some kind of courage, right? Because, like, knocking on the door, on a stranger's door, like, not being sure, like, you don't know how the people react, right? And sorry. And
how courageous are you?
I think pretty courageous. Otherwise, I wouldn't be there where I'm
You're an entrepreneur.
Today. Yeah, sure. I mean, like, for anybody starting out, right?
Ask any successful person if they would consider themselves courageous, and they would all say yes.
Yeah.
So the reason why I'm saying this, you're a 16-year-old and you don't have the courage. Well, if you want to become successful, you have to be. And this is just a simple test to show you, if you can have already this courage to go in front of a doorstep and shit in front of their porch, then you can most definitely
light it on fire.
Knock on their door. No, but seriously though, like, you can just knock on their door.
I was doing
what?
Knock on the door. Yeah, like I wasn't.
Knock on the door. Ask, and if they say no for whatever reason it may be, just keep going and go to the next door and go to the next. But seriously though, bro, like, I don't know how much 16 years old follow you from Germany.
I don't know.
I know there are a lot of Dutch and international young people following me, watching my videos, and I hope they keep on watching. But the number one question they always have is, hey, I want to invest in your course. And I'm like, don't. Get a book. I don't have money for a book. Well,
I mean, why not?
Sorry?
Why not? Like, invest in Freedom Society.
Freedom Society, sure, like, but like the higher level coaching,
yeah,
stuff, whatever.
But there's a way to start for everyone. Like, you have free content here, you have free content on YouTube. There's like a little step into Freedom Society. Like,
buy a book. buy a book.
Yeah, you can buy a book.
But everybody is like, I want to get the best project ever, but they don't even do this small little thing to go to their villas next door and to knock on the doors. And my point is, like, start somewhere to get courageous, because if you're not even sociable enough to do something small like that, then how do you expect to grow, right? And like, we all want to make an impact. We all want to be sure that all of these kids are getting the right knowledge and whatever it is. Like, I wish they would all be little Kevins and have sex when they're 15. I love how we're like, serious topic.
Serious topic. Yeah, life, the world would probably be a better place.
I would agree. Would you? What would you rather do if you had the opportunity?
Impact 1,000 kids or change 100 old men? Well, old. Above the age of 25. Let's not consider money or whatever.
Yeah, no, that's not the money thing. I just thought about what would have the biggest leverage.
The biggest leverage.
Yeah, because if you can influence, like, depends, like, what are the rules of this little mind game we're playing. But if you have 25, like 100 men, right, which are like 25 plus, and you can influence them in a positive way, so then they can each influence 1,000 kids. That makes sense, because sure, kids could influence other kids, but
of those kids become adults and start all.
Yeah, but then their 50 years go by, and the adult can do it right away, and then you have 25,000 kids growing, and then boom, right? So, yeah, that would be like that's very logical. That's very like, what's the best strategy?
German thing, okay.
But in the end, like, changing people's mind after the age of 25, it's a pain in the ass. So I'd rather take the children.
But that's my point. Like, I know you like a challenge. Like, just a serious note. Like, you are so good in taking on these big challenges of people. Bro, you're fucking like randomly just hopping in and trying to challenge me every day on pool, losing miserably. But you know, it's you like the challenge. You're just going for it, and it's just great. Sorry, I never shit talk you while I'm actually playing against you. Now I do. I feel bad for it. I'm sorry.
Usually I should talk you.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like I'm just doing this on the podcast just because.
I think I'm a guest, so I'm kind of kind today.
Yeah, is that why?
But as soon as the camera's off, I will just roast you.
Start smacking me again.
I'll just mate you in 7 right away.
Yeah.
You know how it feels.
I know how you like to, like, just
hang your queen?
Beat people that are
What you doing? Nothing. Just hanging my queen.
Serious question, though. I've actually never asked you this, but I'm really curious about it. What is your next goal? What is your actual purpose? What is the thing that you want to achieve?
In life, in business, in general speaking.
What's the first thing that comes to mind? When I say this to you, what's the first thing that comes to mind?
The first thing that comes to mind is to transition into the English market, right?
Deeper.
With everything
that is not a
yeah, well, that's for the thing.
Okay.
If you want to go deeper, then we can go deeper.
Okay, sorry, I didn't mean to butcher you. But like, no, serious. Like, what is purposefully? What's the thing that the end of the end? What is the goal,
bro? That's a big question.
I know. I
wanna die in honor.
Oh gosh. No, but serious, bro. Serious.
Let's put it that way. I want to be as. It sounds like a little unusual, but I want to be as compassionate as I can be. Compassionate, like I wanna really embody like the divine qualities, like patience, gratitude. Like I'm not strong in those English words, like patience, gratitude, compassion.
What's the German word?
Generosity, huh?
What's the German word we're trying to find?
Oh, it was kind of these words.
Okay.
Like, because I'm very inspired from those states of being, right? So I'm not really interested in like growing a big company anymore. I mean, we can still do that, but that's not the main goal, because I've been there and I was feeling like crap. I was in a burnout, depression, everything. So that's not what I'm focusing on. I'm rather focusing on the way I feel, the way I am, the way what I do, what do I really embody. And when it comes down to that, I'm most inspired by people who embody those qualities.
Like who?
Like friends I know. Like everybody of us embodies these qualities to some degree.
100%. I agree that like literally if I just look at our friend group, I can already like name like the friends that we have that are like that, right? But interesting, I didn't even think about it in that way, and you are very like that already, and that's also the reason why we're friends. Like just circling back to everything. But who are like big guys that you do look up to? I'm actually curious. I've never asked you this, and now we have the microphones on.
Yeah, now we have the microphone. Yeah, so who do I look up to? I mean, we can start, of course, with family, but even though my childhood wasn't perfect, my family wasn't perfect. It was not always functional. Sometimes there have been hard times, but I have family members who I deeply admire for some of their qualities, right? For example, my sisters, how caring they are, how caring they have been for me when I was a child, and how caring they are for their children nowadays. My father, like being super patient. No, patient is the wrong word, but just being the best granddad in the world, right?
Yeah.
And being so selfless sometimes, not always, sometimes
with
his grandchildren,
the
right?
moments that you got inspired by.
So and I can see those qualities in a lot of different people, friends, family members, also teachers, which I study the knowledge from, which is really inspiring.
Like who?
Like one of the teachers right now, or the main teacher right now, his name is Aravinda. You don't really find him anywhere, but I'm studying what he teaches for the last 3 or 4 years right now, and it transformed my life.
Really?
Yeah,
and it's
really
patience,
profound level.
Generosity.
Yeah, it's a lot about
compassion.
Yeah, spiritual knowledge, meditation, and everything which accompanies that, right? Self-awareness, consciousness.
Do you know what the one thing is that I really think is so interesting of you? You have this sense of confidence inside of you that is just being vibrated outside of you. So it's like I'm confident, but I'm like, my confidence is like very outside of me. And your confidence is like a very pure core that's inside of you that you vibrate outwards. Like,
thanks.
It's the thing that like really matches with us. And that's the thing, like I remember you saying that you're watching back your podcast and you said like, oh man, I should have been more active. And like, no man, you said that is you. Like it's the coolness of you that I appreciate. Like, even though I could be hot and come inside all jumping around because I've had my 16th iced latte, then you're just sitting there chill, like, you know, it's even though we're fucking around, even in this podcast and making a few racial slurs, even though we're not racist, we're just, you know, laughing. And it just shows like, yo, we're friends, we're fucking around. And once again, I think it's beautiful what can happen in 6 weeks, especially with these types of minds and really understanding each other on this deeper sense of just having a conversation, but just hearing how we say something, just seeing how we do something. That creates more of a I'm inspired by you.
Yeah, 100%.
Than just like, you know.
Like, you're a content machine. And I was like, yeah, I could do some content. I was like posting a picture.
Yeah.
Texting a little bit under there. And you're like, boom, video course, boom, podcast, like with documentation, this, that. And I was like, wow, that's inspiring, right? And that's right now why I'm building a studio and like going for it. You're like, get an editor, do the reels, they will edit it, shoot it out. Like, you know, like 2 days ago we were masterminding for our business strategies. And that's I completely agree. Like the proximity, the symbiosis, which is really cool. And also there's a saying which I want to paraphrase, like, you don't make new friends, you remember them, which I think is really true.
Wait, this goes over my head. What do you mean you remember them?
Yeah, remember them from another time.
That's what you mean.
You know, when we're both samurais.
Yeah.
And died in honor.
Sudoku! Guys, we really have to cut it off because I'm having like people scream in my face right now. I'm just looking left and right. Oh, sorry. Hi. Sorry. Okay. Well, Kevin, bro, it was really fun. It was my final moments.
My pleasure.
Together with you. I'm going to soon see you. Hopefully still in this life. Probably still in this life. Yeah, sure. And for you at home, I hope you enjoyed Kevin. Links in the description or his Instagram handle. You want to definitely check him out. Him or his appointment setter might DM you. Who knows? But if you ever want hypnosis, coaching, or anything else for that matter, check out Kevin. He will help you out. He's amazing. I love you, Kevin. I honestly do. Shoot!